Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to do we're going to start some ribs we got from Costco. We're going to try to cook it by doing a snake method. So you see the snake method is we're putting too wide. As you see, Katie will go all the way to here and then put on top. So what we're going to do is too wide and then put on top of this one, Katie. Then put the rest too high all the way around here. Okay, so we're going to do the snake method. We're using these Chef Masters briquettes. Then after that, we're going to use the these to start off our chimney, and then I'm going to use this, the wood pieces, Vermont, we got from Canadian Tire, smoking wood chunks. So I'll show you how this is done in a couple of seconds. All right, see you in a bit, guys. While we continue to put the two briquettes here.
So let's continue. I'll show you how to do this. Too wide. This will make the cooking so that's even heat in the whole process. It'll make a nice slow heat to cook our ribs. So I'm going to start that. And I'll use some of this wood, previous charcoal, to light up with the chimney. So I'll do that. So there you go. So this will be about right here. You can see, too wide. So this will be our, to start off our ribs. So here you are, folks. This will be it. Get a couple here like this. Like that.
Now we're going to start the chimney. So here's our chimney. Put some in here. Don't need that many. So we'll put a couple here. Just to start off. As well use these guys. Right, just like this. There. Like this. Put three. Do you mind getting me a, or do you want to hold this for me, Winnie? We're just going to grab two of these guys. You want to grab me a lighter? Use one of these guys to start a barbecue. I'm just going to get a lighter. Just need a lighter here. I'm going to use this, guys. It's the individually wrapped fire starter. I'm going to use this. Got this from Canadian Tire. Use that to light this up. So you can see, then put it over our. Let's bring out last, but let's see here. See, let me just shove that on top. That will get our chimney going. Then once we do that, I'm going to grab some of these to give our ribs a good smoky flavor. We're going to get the Mesquite wood chips. So I'm going to do that. I'll show you where to put them. You just want to put them every so many inches, just so that you don't want flare-ups, because then if you get flare-ups, your charcoals are going to burn too quickly, and then you'll lose some of the heat. So as you can see, I'll place some here. Let's see, I'll start one about right here. Maybe, let's say maybe 4 inches or so apart, right? 4 to 6 inches, let's say, just to give it that nice smoky flavor. Throw a bit of some heat, like that. There. Start one, maybe a small one at the beginning. Alright guys, we'll press pause, and once we have our chimney warm enough, I will show you when to start it, and then we'll put it on there and go from there with the heat. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, hello folks. We had the chimney going about for about maybe 15 minutes. As you can see on the inside how it's nice and red, ashed over. And so I added some previously used charcoal, just add to the mix. So I'm going to pour that over now to our snake here that we created, as you can see. I'm going to put our ribs. So I'm going to pour this on here, you can see. just like so. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these charcoals right at the beginning, like so. Right, just the beginning.
Of the snake, just to start it, right? You just place them so that they're nice and warm. They'll start the whole barbecue process. Right, get nice red ones. Right, nice ones. And like this, just get the heat going. The ones that are all lashed over, get those guys nice little. See if we can start that fire. Right. That'll give us that nice starter for the barbie. Now I'll start the next one, and I'll get our charcoal going to start the whole snake process. There you go. So now what we'll do is we'll keep that just like so. And we'll put our
Grill on. Okay. Now we'll put our top, the hood away from the fire, the temperature gauge, just so that gives us a more direct heat. We keep the vents all open, bottom is open, and then we'll come back, folks, and once we heat normal temperature, then we'll show you how we're grilling the how we're marinating the ribs. All right, see you in a bit. Hey guys, so we ended up picking up some, as you can see, the wife ended up marinating this St. Louis style ribs that we bought from Costco. She already put the rub on there. And what was the rub that you put on there?
Garlic powder, salt, pepper, onion powder, and smoked paprika.
So that'd be delicious, right? So now what we just forgot to do by accident is that when you flip them, we forgot to take out the membrane. So if this was the underneath here, you have to see into the bone. There's a membrane here, but that's going to be easy to take off, no big deal. We just forgot. So on this little mistake. So what I'll do is I'll show you. I'll take a knife. So let me just see here. Let's take this off, like so.
Go.
All right, guys. So we're just going to take off, like I said, the membrane, which is underneath. And usually you just go to about where there's a bone, right? So what we'll do, as you can see here. So I'll take this just like so. Same here. And this is just because if you want your ribs to fall off the bone, and usually what you grab, the easiest thing is just grab a paper towel like this, and grab it just to show you. You see here with what it's doing? And all you do is just pull on it. See the skin that's coming off? It just didn't come out fully, but a good chunk of it. And I just grab, we'll put this here for now. Grab it on this end. Sometimes there might be some little bit of fat in all this. As you can see. The reason why you grab a napkin is just because it's slippery, right? So this is a bit tricky. What we'll do, folks, we'll bring it back again. I'll just put it on pause and I'll try to work on this because it'll take a bit of time, and then we'll come back on to show you what it looks like. All right, folks, you can see we ended up putting the rub on there. I'll put it in there. So I just cut them in half just so that they'll fit on the barbecue better. So what we'll do is we'll continue this, and I'll show you how we put on the barbecue and what it's set up. All right, folks, in a bit. All right, folks, we had all vents all wide open. So now what we're gonna do is we're taking a look at the temp. As you can see here, we're having it pretty hot. Taking a look here, as you can see, our briskets are all nice and red, and they're gonna slowly start creeping up the snake. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the bottoms wide open, but we're gonna close these about a 1/4 inch just to make sure that it doesn't get too hot, because we want to keep this temperature low, remember? So we're going to keep this about a quarter open right here. Just a little notch right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ribs, and what we're going to do is we're going to put them right on the Barbie. So I'll do is I'll put this guy right here. So, and and we're going to put it away from the flame, right? Because we want them to take their time cooking, right? So these guys like this. You can put these guys here. And again, keep in mind always away from the flame. So what you got to keep in mind too is what we can do is we can always move these, right? And even sometimes put them one on top of each other, just a tad, it's not going to hurt them, just to save up on some room. You can see with this guy, I'll keep it right here, and as the snake moves, we're going to inch these guys more to where it's not as warm. Right, so we're going to put the lid back on, always temperature gauge away from where the heat source is coming from. So keep it over like this, and we'll be able to tell the temperature as long as we can keep it in. If you want to come take a look here, we want to try to keep it in the blue. So pretty much that's 100 and let's say about a little bit under 200 degrees. We'll try to keep that underneath up to that temperature, and we can always play with our vents on top to keep it under 200. Right? All right, folks. We'll see in a bit to make sure that temperature stays there. All right, guys, we had the vents full open. Right now we're at, as you can see, about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna open her up to see how she looks like. This right here, look at the ribs. Oh, boys. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at this. Oh man. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna take these guys, we're just gonna flip them a bit around. So with these guys here, these guys, we'll do the old flipperoo here. See that, folks? So just give it a little cook like this. Put this grill back in, but you see they weren't even breaking yet, right? So I'm putting the weight, they're not breaking yet. So another, I'd say another, sorry. Hello, Caitlin. Yes. So right now, folks, we just put it at, my daughter just got a thing to do, a project just to do with her rocks. So as you can see, folks, we have it just at about 200 degrees. We're going to give it maybe another 20 minutes or so, then we'll put some tin foil. And it's been cooking since 2:30. So it's 5:30 now, about 3 hours that it's been cooking. So we're going to give it another 20 minutes or so, then we'll put it in tin foil. And I'll show you guys what that looks like after. All right, see you in a bit. All right, folks, you're just taking the ribs off the barbecue after cooking for say 3-4 hours, and now we're going to put them in tin foil, and I'll show you guys what we're doing here. So I'm going to grab some tin foil. I'm going to put some butter on there. Like this. Butter. Just cook it and cut it in a couple of slices here. So all we're going to do is, well, actually first, what we always like to do is put some ketchup. So just sprinkle a bit of ketchup on there. Because what this is going to be doing, this is going to give us our sauce for the ribs as it's cooking. And what we're going to do is put some butter on the bottom. Well, you know, just thinly slice chunks of butter. I actually like to use the real butter because it's actually, you know, butter. Take our rib, put it on top, and do the same thing for the top. So we'll cut 3 things of butter here, and like that. Actually, I forgot to do one more thing. Actually, I forgot to put some brown sugar on the bottom, but I'll do that in a second. Just gonna grab, excuse me, some towel. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is just sprinkle a bit of brown sugar on the bottom here. Add a spoon. Okay, so we're just gonna get this guy up. Sprinkle a bit of brown sugar on the bottom. And what this is going to do is, as it melts and just warms up on the barbecue, this is what's going to make the sauce for the ribs. And at the same time, the butter is going to melt it so that it basically steams the last half hour to 45 minutes for the ribs. So now we got that. Put a bit more ketchup. Just a bit, doesn't have to be fancy. And then some brown sugar on top. See, a bit of brown sugar, and that's what's going to make it nice and sweet, nice sweet barbecue sauce. So once you do that, then you give it one big wrap. So, like this. Same thing on this side. Same thing on this side. We'll give it one more just to be on the safe side. Make sure no juice has been out. And then you'll see, folks, if you follow me, we'll go show you on the barbecue what it looks like. I've already added one on there, but I won't show you all of them. But just to give you an idea of what it looks like in a barbecue. And the snake is almost actually complete. I'll show you, as you can see when I lift up the hood here. As you can see, the snake was almost, I'd say, you know, about almost a little bit more than 3/4 full. So now we'll put our last 2 pieces here, and then we'll let it go for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and we'll show you how it looks like when it's taken off. All right, guys, see you in a bit. So here you go, guys. Okay, guys. So now the ribs have been in there for about, I'd say, 4.5 hours. And now, as you can see, ooh, look at the juice coming out of this guy. So what I'll do is I'll take these off. And actually, let me just put a plate here so I can sit them on. Just the ones that aren't good. Put them on the table. So I'll put these here so I can unwrap them. But these will be what everybody's gonna jump after. So look at this, guys. Can you grab me a fork, Adriana, please? This is the sauce, thank you. This is everything that the oof, look at that. What I'll do is I'll pour some of the sauce on there. This is just the butter and the brown sugar. So that's what they're in the ketchup. Remember when I was telling you guys all about the sauce? It's its own meaty sauce here, as you can see. I'm gonna wash this all after. Here's a nice one. Oh, look at this, guys. Wow. Ooh. These are gonna be delicious. And again, same thing. Use the butter. Just for the sauce. Like this. This guy. And there we go. Look how nice these look, guys. That's gonna be delicious. Woohoo!
That's big.
Yep. This one's hot. That was on the closest to the flame.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it really does.
There you go, guys.
Oh, now I have a Christmas song stuck in my head.
These are all the ribs, guys. Look at
Too
that.
soon.
Yeah, I know.
This is all the sauce. That's it.
Oh,
There
so.
you go, guys. These are our ribs for tonight's meal. 4.5 hours. Yes, you can't wait to taste them. These are all.
That's good. Really good.
That's it.
Smell good.
So we'll let you know, guys, how it tastes after, and these will be good. So this is Slippery Pete making ribs on the Weber barbecue.
Ribs.
Peace.
Peace out.
All right, guys. Here you are. This is our ribs. Anyway, I'm cooking. These are 2 racks of St. Louis ribs. Everybody's got some nice big ribs. Got corn. Got some Guinness. There you go. So we're gonna give this a try to see how good it tastes. So you can see the color. Right, there's sauce on top. Let's give it a nice little taste here.
It's not eatable.
Not eatable, no? It's very good, guys. Delicious. Very impressed with the sauce, the ketchup, yep, and the brown sugar, and then the rubs. Very good. So there you go, guys. There's our first ribs on the Weber.
It's good.
There you go.
It's really good.
Good. All right, guys. Slippery Pete out.